Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Sundial. I haven't talked about them. Well, maybe I have in the last week or so. I went over a bunch of MJ plays in the last week. A bunch of ETFs, Grow Generation, Cresco Labs, TrueLeaf, CureLeaf, CGC, Aurora, High Tide. Doesn't look like I've went over Sundial in the last week, but been covering a bunch of MJ plays. This is one that a lot of people talk about. It's been kind of a discouraging one, as you can see here by my cost basis, but ticker SNDL. If you don't know what this one is, it's an MJ play, and I got into it last fall, I think 50, 60 cents, something like that, and it was supposed to went up to $1, never did, then finally did. Capped out here at $2.95 on 210, just like everything else, and came down ever since then, so could have cashed out there even, but didn't increase my shares, but just been continuing to hold this one and waiting for the day to see when this one's going to take off. Here's their earnings. Next is expected on August 10th. So maybe that'll be the turning around point. But here's some of my last buys on 420, which I thought would everything would be up. It wasn't. And as you can see, as it gets closer to 420, the price starts going down. The price wasn't the exact price. I always well, I guess these were filled, but so again the price was going down, and it's currently below what I bought it at clear back then. So WTF Sundial, so we'll see what happens with this one. But Sundial versus Green Thumb, which MJ stock is a better buy? And so just kind of waiting to see what happens with this one. But while the United States MJ stocks have crushed the broader markets in the last 2 years, counterparts north of the border have grossly underperformed. Does that mean Canadian stocks such as Sundial are trading at an attractive valuation, or are U.S. stocks such as Green Thumb a better buy? So maybe they'll tell us which one's a better buy here. So Canadian stocks underperformed the market for the past 2.5 years. However, the United States-based multi-state operators have experienced impressive gains through MJ, though MJ is still illegal on the federal level, and maybe we'll see that legal on someday, but several states have legalized recreational MJ in the last few months, and a majority of the regions already allow medical MJ products. The MJ market is expectedly much larger than the United States compared to Canada. Just as I've talked about High Tide in the past as another Canadian MJ play, they're keeping a close eye on the United States and look for them to explode whenever we get the legalization on the federal level. So today I'll analyze two such MJ plays as Sundial and Green Thumb. I don't think I've talked about Green Thumb here on the channel, but I'll have to dig that out in the library. So Sundial stock is down 94% from record highs. Sundial stock went public on the New York Stock Exchange. I can't talk today. New York Stock Exchange. There you go. In the second half of 2019, since August 2019, sound like one of the Muppets, one of the chef. That happens from time to time when you talk all day, but got to give you something to laugh at. In the first quarter of 2021, Sundial's MJ sales were down over 30% over the year. It reported a gross loss, making investors nervous. Yes, right there. Don't put a fist through the screen. So, but yes, we've ran into that time and time again with you, Sundial. Again, WTF. Sundial sales fell from 75.8 million in 2019 to 61 million. Ouch. 14 58.8 million. Wow, in the last 12-month period, total revenue stands at 56.8, and it's still down. Now, in order to improve the bottom line, Sundial is looking to reduce its product portfolio and focus on high margin items. Get with the program, Sundial. Further, to improve its liquidity position, Sundial has raised equity capital multiple times in the last 2 years, which I've also talked about that on the channel here as well. Green Thumb stock is up 262% in the last 3 years. Green Thumb Industries is one of the largest MJ companies in the world and is valued at a market cap of $6.55 billion. The MJ heavyweight has managed to increase its sales to 62.49, and so on. Feel free to pause and go over that information. So they're at a 6.55 billion, and Sundial is at a 2.5 billion. Wow. Let's see here. GTBIF currently at $29.28. And there's a look at what they've done over the last year. So it's doubled in price and then some, but it's came down a little bit, but not as much as Sundial. So take your pick. We can see Green Thumb stock is valued at a price to the 2022 sales multiple of 5.64, which is very reasonable given its growth forecasts. Green Thumb's adjusted earnings are also estimated to rise 7 cents in 2020 and 68 cents in 2022. Green Thumb has returned 262% to shareholders in the last 3 years, easily crushing the broader market, but it's also down 21% from its 52-week high. So after reading this, it looks like Green Thumb might be the better buy, but it is a little bit more expensive of a stock. So the verdict, it's quite easy to pick a winner because of these two stocks. Green Thumb is the superior MJ stock, poised to derive multi-fold gains for long-term investors. I believe you should avoid Sundial. Avoid Sundial. It has continued to dilute its shares, and its sales continue to fall. So there's your answer. Sundial Growers completes the acquisition of Spirit Leaf Retail MJ Network. This is dated on the 20th. Pleased to announce the completion of the previously disclosed arrangement, whereas Sundial has acquired all of the issued outstanding common shares of Inner Spirit. And there's the ticker INSHF, Inner Spirit shares, consisting of 30 cents in cash, a common share of Sundial. This goes over some of the transaction highlights. I'm just going to kind of scroll through these, or else you can find it right on Yahoo Finance. And it seems like I talked about this in the past, the acquisition of Spirit Leaf, so you can find that in the library as well. This is just some more information found on a different site on Benzinga. So again, OTCQB, INSHF. So if you have any INSHF, you can leave that in the comments as well. And if you have any Clever Leaf holdings, that would be interesting. As I've covered many MJ stocks, and why shares of AMC, GameStop, and Sundial Growers are all lower today. They're all down in the midday trading Friday, despite the market indexes continuing their bullish run higher. Movie theater operator is down 3.5%. Heading towards noon, while the video game retailer was almost at break even, and the MJ producer was off 2.1%, 225% for a 0.6 gain. And so just going to scroll through that information. There's the now what. You can read about AMC if you'd like to pause. And not really much other information in there. What's going on with Sundial growers? Exactly, WTF. Sundial growers. Closed at 8% higher on Wednesday, regular trading session. What happened while there's no specific contributed to Sundial seemed to rise in sympathy of Tilray. Should have known that. Just talked about Tilray, and they had a great day yesterday. So along with Freya, they've merged. So also talked about that on the channel as well. So clever deal. Highlights a new strategy for Sundial growers. Stock is not having a great summer after shares. My screen we cut dancing around. Leaped to $4 in February. Sold. Somebody can buy my shares at $4. I'd be happy to part with them. Sundial has been in the declining trend. In April, Sundial stock fell back below the $1 mark and has struggled to maintain any momentum since then. And again, back to Reddit and Wall Street. Gravitated towards the company earlier this year, but it appears the buzz is largely worn off. So maybe we'll get another push and push Sundial back up. But over here on Reddit, we'll see if there's any information here. Nothing as of recently. Over here to StockTwits, currently at 82 cents, low of 14, high of 396. Nothing better than Robinhood for shorting it to death. Then I'll buy Sundial, a stock that had nothing to do with the meme stock nonsense. It's funny. 91 million shares traded, and we're counting down. Over here to the crappy ratings as usual, currently at 82 cents, showing a hold, and 75 cents. And so that's all that I have on Sundial. If you have any more information on this one, go ahead and list it in the comments. If you think it's a POS, I'm always kind of thought it's a POS, but we will wait and see. Some people love this one. I'm still holding it, as you can see. I'm not going to sell for a loss, but I would love to dump this one. If it just go up to my cost basis, I might part with it. So, but I'm sure I'll be covering this one again. So if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me as well. Subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.